You've had a few things drop today. You've had the Boyish album, the Acopia album, and Die Spitz albums. Albums that you may enjoy more than I did, but I always knew I was going to be talking about this. Alright, it's me. I'm back again. Just want to draw your attention to the new album by Spitehouse called Desertion. Now, I first heard this Canadian post-hardcore alternative punk rock band when they dropped their first single, Afraid, back in February 2022. And their debut album was one of my top albums of that year. It's a masterpiece, one of the best of the decades, that I was super excited to check out this follow-up, especially after the first single they released for this. What's on the menu today? Whoa, Jard. We got 11 tracks for you, running at 29 minutes. Starting with track 1, Ashen Grey. And bang, we're straight into the action. If you like this song, you'll love the album, etc. Spitehouse just strum the absolute shit out of chords, don't they? You won't get many single string riffs with these guys. That said, I absolutely love the high picking on this so much. And the lyric, I've thrown my life away asking why. I didn't mention that it's a heavy grief album, subject-wise. My only gripe with this track is I wish the song was double the length. It's an absolute crime that it's so short. I wanted another 2 minutes of this beauty, and I was genuinely gutted when it finished and fizzled out. It's probably the best song I heard today, otherwise. After that, we've got track 2, Deafening Calls. It starts like most of their songs do, smashing out some chords before it breaks for the verse. A verse that's got some weird, sort of funky, groovy, clean guitars on it, but then it explodes into the Spitehouse we know and love with a big halftime chorus singing the lyrics. The haze in the air was thick, numbing anything I've ever felt before, sharing secrets with the rest of the world for everyone to talk about but me. The chorus has a very different melody on it compared to what I normally expect Max to do, but this song made me ponder if they would benefit from having a second guitarist. I mean, even though I love a three-piece more than anything, and I wish more Zoomers would be forming three pieces actually, but I'm just saying it made me wonder if there was two guitar parts. After that, we've got track 3, Desert. Not desert like some idiots might call it. Incredible song, one of their best. This is the song that had me most hyped for the album today. If you haven't heard this yet, you really have to. It's one of the best songs of the year. I already covered it when it dropped. Link in the corner, the bio, whatever. The lyric, I grew up 16 years in a single day, still rocks my world. As someone that lost a parent in 2018 to cancer, this song hits personally, but irrespective of that, it's honestly a phenomenal track. After that, we've got track 4, Tied to the Flow. This song is moody, gloomy. It's almost mumbled, one could say, or just the vocals are quite low in the mix. I guess it's bringing back some of those low vocals that were kind of interspersed on the last album on tracks like Essence or Dying Leaves. Maybe I just needed it to be raining outside today when I listened to this grungy track. But lots of nice drum work throughout, and it all comes to like a great climax with the lyric, you show me where I should be and where I shouldn't. After that, we've got track 5, 10 Days. That's another great song, and it was the middle single. They really did pick their best singles. I talked about this one in one of my end of the month videos. It's their usual punk rock stuff with brutal lyrics and a really great build up to end it. I just wish it was longer. But I guess the length does kind of work in the song's benefit on this one. Following that, we've got track 6, Down the Drain. It's the longest song on the album, if you can believe that, at a hefty 3 minutes and 39 seconds. The chords used on this song seem a lot darker compared to the ones used on the last album, so they've definitely released this at the right time of year, giving it those autumn and winter vibes. Spitehouse aren't that interested in the whole verse, chorus, verse format, which is interesting. What I mean is, it seems like there's not a second anything. Like, it goes almost straight into the second chorus right after the first. Which is a shame, because I loved the whole "I dream of resting under the tree" pre-chorus bit, and I wish that they'd use that chord a few more times. The song does have a lovely outro though, with sweet vocal harmonies building up with the lyric, "I see the river come right between us." And then there's a blink and you'll miss it transition into track 7, Please No. It would be a bit of a reach for me to say this gave me memories of when Green Day would play She live in the 90s, because this album isn't anything like that. But what I mean by that is, it just feels so rare these days to have a bass guitar on its own for so long, and I appreciate that. I will say it's hard to talk about a band like this. They're just so punk in their basicness. I can't get all elaborate and talk about variety or certain random instruments turning up in the background, as it's just a solid 3-piece, which bashing out great sing-along 3-chord punk songs with the lyrics, "Please know I'm here for when it's all too much." And that's exactly what you want and what you get with Spitehouse. It's why I love them. I'm just saying, I guess it's a bit of a struggle when you're doing a video like this, where, oh, this song sounds like it's in G minor or G. Otherwise, it's most of the same as the last song. I guess the best compliment, though, is like, there's not many bands, especially in this decade, that sound like Spitehouse. I guess in some regards, you could say maybe Military Gun, kinda, sorta, who they're actually going on tour with together soon, funny enough. After that, we've got track 8, Stay or Change. It's another one of the singles. I also spoke about it in an end of the month video. Like I say, I've been looking forward to this for a while. It's another great song. I love the shimmering guitar. I really hope they experiment with more pedals on their next album. I could hear them going down a 90s Foo Fighters path if they wanted to. I think Max has got it in him. Just depends on if him or the drummer are brave and want to do longer songs than 2 minutes. Following that, we've got track 9, Midway. Why don't you stick this one in the middle of the album? Anywho, now for all of this darker album comments that I've been making throughout this, the way these chords change is actually very punk, I think, and I bet this is tons of fun for Max to play live. And my only complaint is that the guitars sound very quiet on this mix compared to the rest of the album. I think this song breaks the record of having the most choruses. Maybe someone in the band needs to, insert lyric here, take control over my own broken mind. After that, we've got track 10, Coma Dream. It's got another one of those groovy guitar parts that shows up with this one, but again, the guitars sound quiet on this mix as well. It does actually give you room to hear the singing, "You're hanging by a thread, I'd sew you back again." Lovely vocal harmonies throughout, so maybe that's why it's a bit quiet. But also, there is a moment where we get some cross stick action that they really want you to hear it, because it's thrown right to the front of the mix. And I guess it just made me wonder, did the drummer mix this song? And last but not least, we've got another blink and you'll miss it transition into track 11, Safe Haven. More strumming until the strings will snap, and then it dies down into a nice snare roll moment, into sort of sweet swing outro with various lyrics of, "I'm not ready to be strong, I'm not ready to be free, will I ever heal completely?" Can fully relate, mate. It's another solid release by one of my favourite bands of this decade, and that is why it is my album of the week. And yeah, that's it. So hope you check it out, and I hope they get bigger and better on the next one. Maybe do it with Gil Norton or something. Honestly, no idea what's in store for the rest of the year albums wise. There's a few here and there I've got my eye on, but it can be both exciting and a bit nerve wracking on release days. But until then, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.